Hi, you have tuned in to the Raging Aggron channel, and I'm your host, Djingis. So this will be the second video of today with the draft recap. And in this video we're going to go through the Indianapolis Bolts and their team. And I must say that I really like the first 6 Pokemon here. It's a great Steel Dragon Fairy core in my opinion. And it has a lot of bulk otherwise as well. So just go through them all back to back. Or back to back? No, one on one. Not back to back. One on one. So, first off, Necrozma. Necrozma is one of those bulky Pokemon that you can't really deal with very well. I mean, Moonlight is its only form of good recovery, but you can run it in so many different ways, and since it's so bulky, thanks to Prism Armor, it doesn't really take any damage. And that's a huge thing when you think of a wall. Necrozma can be run in a number of different ways, but most of the time you'll see it in a defensive role or as a cold minder. I think it gets some speed. I think it just gets speed boosting options as well. So I mean, this is a real threat, and it's really hard to prepare for. I'm not going to talk too much about Necrozma because everyone that watched this video has most likely been watching A-Drive's battles with Necrozma. So we all know what Necrozma can do, and I didn't have anything else to add on it. So if you don't know what Necrozma do, don't watch A-Drive's battles because that explains the best what Necrozma do, what Necrozma does. So the second Pokemon on his team is Mega Steelix. I'm pretty sure that it was Mega Steelix because when it's a good Mega in my opinion, but that really wanted a Steel type, and I took Mega Aggron, so I think that's why it has Mega Steelix, that I sniped him with that. But I mean, this is a really bulk Pokemon. It's really sad to see it on a team that doesn't have good sand support in my opinion. Neither Salamence, Milotic, Florges or Abipom really likes to have sand on the team, so I don't really know how he can utilize it to his best. Because you really want to have this Pokemon in the sand team, have the sand up so you get that boosted special defense. Because then you can have max HP, max special defense, sand force, and you just wreck house because you're so bulky thanks to the sand. And at the same time your attack is boosted thanks to sand force. That's really good. So this is a bulky Pokemon that just sits, eats physical hits, and dish out some damage every now and then. It can set up Stealth Rocks, it can Rapid Spin, so it's a really versatile Pokemon in that sense. I don't really see him bring it that much, since I think Necrozma does everything it does but better, in my opinion. But it's still a really good Pokemon. And it has Stab, Earthquake, and that's never wrong, so that might be something good. We had this in Mega Tier 1, I believe. So, and that was more because we had some that voted for it to be in Tier 3, some Tier 2. But then we had like most of the coaches that were there during the vote actually voted for Tier 1, and I have no clue why. So that's why it wasn't Tier 1. And I think it could prove itself to be a Tier 1 Mega, but I think it will be very hard for it to do so, because the team really needs to rely on it to be that Tier 1 Mega in my opinion, and I don't think Mega Steelix can bear this team on its shoulders, or rocks in this case. So next Pokemon is Salamence. So Salamence is one of those Pokemon that once again can be very versatile. It can be very defensive, it can still be very offensive. You can see a variety of sets with, and as you can see, this is his Sea Crystal user, so he can actually make use of Fly in competitive. So we can see more than just Power Herb Fly, we can actually see Sea Crystal Fly. That Stab Fly will actually hurt really bad. I mean, I'm pretty sure that it one-hit KOs most grass and bug types, even with the really bulky ones. And Salamence is also meant to have base 135 attack and 100 speed, and then be able to set up Dragon Dances and have Intimidate so you can survive. I mean, that's just a extreme Pokemon to have on the team, and if you know how to use it, even if you don't know how to use it, this is still a really, really huge threat that you have to build around. And thanks to the likes of Necrozma and Steelix, you don't really have to care about Ice Beam that much, because those Pokemon can eat it up pretty well. And another Pokemon that can really eat up hits very, very well is Milotic, especially Ice-type moves and water moves. That's something that this team was pretty weak to with Steelix and Crystal. See, wow. I should stop nicknaming them Crystal because I just say the nicknames with Salamence. Because if Milotic is maybe the most bulky water type out there, in my opinion. I think it's even more bulky and even better to have than Tapu Fini. Because Marvel Scale, I think it's it turn up its defense by 1, and whenever it is status, so you have a status absorber on the team that doesn't care about being poisoned, because you just increase its special attack, and at the same time you can nullify the opponent's stats boosts and stats decreases with Miss. So I mean, Milotic is a really, really good Pokemon in that sense, and it's just that just one of those bulky, annoying walls that you don't really want to face, but you love to have on your team. So yeah, Milotic is really, really good. It's one of my most favorite water types, of course, and one of the best walls in the game as well. Then we have another special wall. We have Florges. I don't really know why I picked up Florges, because this team isn't weak to Dragon, and just to have a fairy type on the team can be good. But when you have Necrozma, doesn't care about the fighting type move against it. Milotic doesn't really care about the fighting type moves. I mean, Florges, I don't really know why I picked up Florges more than just have a fairy and round out that Fire Steel Dragon core. But it's a pretty scary Pokemon. You don't have to run it defensive, as most tend to do. You can actually run it with a Choice Scarf, if you have team support for that, and you can actually run it as a really, really good Choice Spectre. With Stab, Moonblast, Psychic, Psyshock. I think it gets a lot of other moves as well that it can use. The abilities are really, really bad in my opinion for competitive Pokemon, but Florges has proven itself in the past as one of those annoying bulky walls that you just really can't tear down very easy. And in that sense, Florges is a really, really good fairy type, and I really hope that he can make use of it. I don't really see how it fits on his team yet, but as we discussed the picks, maybe it turns out better for me why he chose Florges. Because I don't really see his team needing a fairy type that bad. Then we have Ambipom, and Ambipom is just such a huge threat. It's so underrated. Ambipom with Fake Out, with Technician, deals a tremendous amount of damage. And if you choice band Ambipom or Life Orb it deals even more power, even more damage. And as you can see, wrong tab, it gets Skill Link as well. And it gets, let's just see so I say the right thing here, because I always forget the name of the move, because I think it's the, let's see here, it doesn't run those moves. This is, one moment, I thought it was pretty common to run that actually, maybe not. It's just me that loves what's called Skill Link Ambipom. But wait, maybe I'm just blind and can't find it, but I can't remember the name of the move. So I'm just gonna, well, this never happened. It has Technician. Technician is a really, really good move. Skill Link is a really, really good move, but I couldn't find a single move that this Pokemon learned that has more than one hit, except for double hit. I'm pretty sure it gets double hit, but I mean it's not here. Yeah, it gets double hit, double slap. Double slap was one I thought of with more than 2 hits. But it was another move that I thought of that I just can't remember the name of. Yeah, nevertheless, it's a really fast Pokemon. It hits really, really hard. It's very underrated. It has a very good move pool, in my opinion, that it can use. So Amipom is a really, really good Pokemon, and I can really see it work on this team because it has a lot of bulk to support it. And as you can see here we have another Pokemon that is just so fun to use, in my opinion. If it wasn't that slow, it would be much better. But since it has Levitate, that doesn't really matter because ground types can't really touch it. And Rock isn't more than super effective on it and has pretty good defenses. So to run a special attacking monster like Vikavolt with Bug Electric Stab on this team, I think that will do really, really well. And since it's facing Latias, this Pokemon can really wreck house on the opposing team. So I mean, this is a really, really good Pokemon in my opinion. It's one of, maybe not the best electric type or bug type, but it's really, really good. It yet has to prove itself really good in the format. But A-Drive showed how to use it pretty well in the NPA, I think it was, with 6 kills in 1 week, in 6 kills in 1 game, something like that. So I mean, Vikavolt is a really, really good Pokemon, very underrated. I really hope you can use it well. And here we have Gen 1 wall, Tangela. So Tangela has really, really good defenses. Maybe not the special defense as much as its regular defense, but slap on an Evilite in this thing and it will be very, very hard to kill. And since it has base 100 special attack, it will hit really hard as well. And if I'm not completely wrong, it gets Regenerator as well, which means that it will just heal off the damage it just took. And Tangela is a really bulky Pokemon, mostly overlooked because of Tangrowth. But Tangela is, yeah, that's a really, really good Pokemon, and I think it fits really, really well on this team. Because it's not like Water and Ice destroys his team directly, or I mean, Water destroys his team directly, but it's still really good to have this wall because it can eat up a lot of hits. Next up we have Komala, another Status Absorber, and this is a Pokemon that I'm not so sure about. It's a free pick, so it doesn't really matter that much, but I don't really see the usefulness of this Pokemon in a draft league at all. I haven't used it as much by myself, and I have hardly seen it, so I'm not the best one to judge it. But I don't really like this pick. He took Tangela and has a lot of bulk already. It would be better to draft some offense. But I don't know, he might use the bulky Pokemon to bring offense. A lot of us will do at some point. But Komala, I don't really see how it fits in this team at all. I mean, it's bulky, but it has a lot of bulk already, so yeah. Empoleon, on the other side, is a very good Pokemon for this team, because it gives him a defogger, so he doesn't have to rely on Mega Steelix to spin every game. And overall, this Pokemon is very, not underrated, but I think that the coaches that I hear might not think as highly of it as we should, because Water Steel has a lot of weaknesses and it doesn't have the best recovery, Napoleon, but it's still a really, really bulky Pokemon, and it can actually live very, very long. And it's one of the hardest scald hitters in the game when it comes to defensive water types, especially when it's in Torrent range. I don't really know. Defiant isn't the best move to run if you're not running Aqua Jet Empoleon, which I've actually seen a couple of times, and it's really fun to see, really fun to use. And yeah, that's a really good Pokemon. Really, really good Pokemon to have on the team. And it doesn't really have a lot of Stealth Rock weakness though, but Alolan Marowak don't want Stealth Rocks on his side on the field at all. So to bring Empoleon or Mega Steelix every week, that will happen, because Marowak is one of those Pokemon that I think he will bring every week. because Lightning Rod will help out Milotic a lot. It will help out some other Pokemons a lot as well, but especially Milotic. Rockhead is a really good, really good ability as well for Marowak, but the thing that we talk about that hinders it the most is that it has to run Thick Club most of the time, and some don't know that a Choice Band and Marowak is actually really scary as well. Some of us don't think of what is called Life Orb or Expert Build alone on Marowak as well. And I mean, this thing is just... on this team I think it can work really, really well with the right matchup. But it's still a Pokemon that I think he will bring every week because of the Lightning Rod ability to take some advantage of the opposing team trying to kill his Milotic. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about Alolan Marowak. And then Djingis. You wink at it and it dies. Well, on the physical side it does, but I mean it's actually pretty good Scarf Ice type and Scarf Psychic type, and Forewarn is actually a good ability to have in competitive, just as Frisk is. So this is a really, really good Pokemon in that sense, and it has a lot of utility, a lot of good moves that you can use. So you shouldn't sleep on Djingis. I don't think he will bring it that often, but it's not a Pokemon to sleep on. It's very, very, very underrated, but I think it's the HP stat and defensive stats that hinders it the most. The rest, I mean, I can see him use this pretty well actually. And as you can see, it gets Heal Bell down here. So it can actually work as a Cleric for his team as well, which I don't think he had previously. So this team is, for me, it's when you look at it, it's a very, very bulky team, very, very much of a bulky offense. But I would very much like to see him dropping his Komala for a more offensive Pokemon, because I feel he really lacks that. But he might prove me wrong, so we'll see. With that, my name is Djingis, and I will see you next time.